to Allah for giving us health. For giving us health. And this is something that one is to be, alhamdulillah, grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Naam. Except that hole is a replacement of the mouth. Except that hole is a replacement of the mouth, to the point that from that hole is what you're going to feed him and quench his thirst. From that hole is a badal, is a replacement of the mouth. Meaning the hole that he has in his belly is now considered, barakallahu fikum, his mouth. This is what they're going to feed him through, by way of the tube. And I think that some of us that went to the hospital or seen sick people, we have seen this, whereas it is the hole in their body that they feed them, or they barakallahu fikum, introduce some type of nourishment or some type of nutrition in their system. Naam. Naam, all for instance, إلا أن يجعل هذا إلا أن تجعل هذه. Naam, so except that the person that opening is a replacement for his mouth now. He is being fed, or he is being given fluid by way of that opening. Naam. أيوة. Naam. And he mentioned also from that, minha, from it, is, for instance, when the person is having is being clogged, right? In where it is clogging, the person is being clogged, or he is having what is called ulceration, right? He is having ulcer, for instance. When the person having ulcer, or the person have some type of clog in his system and the likes of this, whereas that there will be a hole that will be a replacement of the mouth, right? So whatever is introduced in that hole, right, to serve the purpose of eating and drinking, whatever is introduced in that hole is, barakallahu fikum, taking the ruling of whatever is introduced in the mouth of eating and drinking. So therefore, if any food is being entered, it doesn't matter now the form of the food. It doesn't matter now the form of the nutrition, right? Because the food can be pills, is it? Food can be pills that you eat, that you take, right? People be taking what? Vitamins, right? People taking pills, vitamins. After they eat, they will take that vitamin, or before they eat, they will take those vitamins. Those are nutritions. Those are nutritions that, barakallah, if it is entered in that pocket or in that hole, it will serve the same purpose as eating or drinking. So therefore, it will invalidate the fasting. Naam. So therefore, likewise, in the point number 32, whomsoever vomit, but he vomited voluntarily, right? He purposely, muta'ammidan, he purposely vomited, that also will nullify his fasting. That will break his fast. And this is based on the statement of the Messenger now. So whoever vomit voluntarily, فَلْيَقْضِي, let him bring that day back again. Let him bring that day back again. So that means what? That means that day that he fasted and he vomited purposely, it is null and void. That fasting is batil. If a person calls himself to vomit, that barakallahu fikum, it is something that is what? That invalidate his, or that break his fast. Naam. And whomsoever was overcome, or was overcame, right, with vomiting, meaning it came out naturally. It came out naturally, he vomited. And sometimes a person can vomit, right, based on things that he see, or based on things that he smells, or based on things that he hears. A person can vomit because of seeing certain things. A person can vomit based on a type of smell that they smell. Likewise, a person can vomit because of what they hear. Right? A person can vomit because seeing another person vomit. You got individuals like that. When they see vomit, they will vomit. When they see blood, they will vomit. Right? When they see blood, they will vomit. You got also individual, barakallah, when there is some type of smell, that they smell it, they will vomit. You got some people, when they some of these fragrances or these oils, when they smell it, it's coming out. They automatically vomit. And likewise, you got some individual, when they hear certain things, it will mess up their stomach. They will vomit. Huh? No, not even that. Not even that. Certain kalam. Don't you hear sometimes people of innovation say words? It's like you hearing from the bottom of your guts coming up because of how filthy that statement are. Because how hated that those statements are to you. Upsetting your stomach because of what they saying of evil, wal-iyadhu billah, in the deen of Allah. And this is maybe the best ways of vomiting. Hearing that which is not pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hearing that which is in opposition of the deen of Allah. Hearing or seeing people doing in a way that, barakallah, either they promoting innovation or, barakallah fikum, they defending the innovators. To the point that you want to just vomit. Because you hate these individuals, what they say or do. In regard to, barakallah fikum, upsetting the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Naam. And this hadith, barakallahu fiikum, akhrajahu Imam Ahmad, Abu Dawud, wa Tirmizi, wa Ibn Majah, rahimahumullahu jami'an. Naam. So here the Shaykh Hafidhahu, rahimahullah, gave the word ذرعه بمعنى أي غلبه. Alaykum salam. Meaning, it overcame him. It overcame him. It was not forceful, but rather the vomit came on its own. The vomit came on its own. Naam. But as far as what came, barakallah fikum, from when the person is stuttering, when the person is like that, for instance, like, right? Or like stuttering, because some people, when they stuttered also, you will feel certain things coming out. Or likewise, ta'ata can mean also stuttering. It can mean also when the person is sniffing hard from his back of his throat. Let's say sometimes, very good. Like when you clear your throat. Huh? Right, like that. Also that too. Huh? Snorting. That's how you say it? Say that one. Snorting, like that, right? When the person is, right, either clear his throat or he's stuttering, and where, barakallah fikum, certain things can come out from the depth of his throat. Yep. So that when it's coming from the throat, it is not, barakallah fikum, breaking the fast. It is not breaking the fast. Naam. So whatever will come out from the stomach in regard to vomiting, this is what will invalidate the fasting. But as what is coming out the throat, right? What is coming out the throat, it does not, barakallah fikum, invalidate the fasting. Sometimes when a person has a cold or he has like some fever or whatnot, or you have a lot of what you call those yellow mucus. When you have this mucus, right, in your throat, right? It's like this yellow, very thick. Huh? Right, when you have the zukam, sometimes a person can be having those mucus. It is like, this very thick type of, phlegm. That's what you call it. When the person spit, it's like something that will come out with strength, and because of how clogged it is, right? So that also will not, barakallah fikum, invalidate the fasting, because it is not coming from the stomach, but rather it is coming from the throat. Naam. Whether it is big or small, whether it is big or small, whatever comes out from the stomach, this is And of course, if it is done muta'ammidan, if it is done purposely, this is what will invalidate the fasting, not what is coming from the throat. So, hikmah, and here it is that wisdom is that it necessitates that it is something that is muftiran. It is something that will invalidate the fasting. Na'am. Because if the person, now the Shaykh is telling us what is the wisdom behind vomiting to be a nullifier, to be from those that will break the fast. He said because if the person vomits, if the person vomit, it is some nourishment or something that was in his belly that is coming out. So if somebody, barakallah, has something that is in stomach and that comes out, at that point the person will feel weak and he will be in need of nourishment. He will be in need of fluid in his body. Why? Because da'ufat, he is now being weakened by that which was coming out of his stomach. And this is purposely now. This is purposely. But if the person vomit, and this is something that ghalabahu, it is being done out of his will, his own will, then this is not, barakallah fikum, to be, invalidating the fasting. Na'am. So if the person is fasting a fasting that is wajib, if the person is fasting a fasting that is wajib, it is not for him to be causing himself to vomit, illa except li daruratin, except because of a reasonable reason. Except, if I can say it, except because of a darura, meaning it is a situation of a life and death situation. It is a life and death situation. On that point on, the person can do that and he will be able to continue his fasting. Remember the qaida, ad-darurat ايش؟ تبيح المحظورات. Ad-darurat tubihu al-mahdhurat. That the situation of life and death, right? Darura is a must, right? It's a life and death situation, will make matters that was once prohibited to now be illegal, to be now lawful for you to do. Right? And I know that all of us will understand this. A person is in the middle of the desert. Ain't no water. No water. Right? No water. Right? No water in the middle of the desert. Right? All he has is his donkey. Right? The donkey is peeing. Right? The donkey is peeing. Right? Or he himself, barakallah fikum, is so thirsty that all he got left is to drink his own pee. Now here, I mean, in this situation, nobody can comprehend that, because your psychology is not in that predicament. You can't really, how possible is that? Right? But a person in the middle of the desert for 3 days haven't seen something that looked like some fluid gushing from nowhere. He got a donkey, or he himself, urged himself to pee and drink that pee. And this is something that is not permissible, right? If things are okay. But because of the situation of life and death, right, ad-darurat tubihu al-mahdhurat. The matters of when things are in the matter of death, life and death situation, those matters that was one prohibited could be, barakallah fikum, lawful. But this is only in the hajjah. In the daruriyat al-hajj. It is for an extreme situation of need. He mentioned, hafidhahullah, if the person is overcome with that which is the vomiting, so he vomited, and then after that, and after that he was overcome by vomiting. And something will go back